For this, I want to highlight this to all the viewers over there, you guys. So, especially for this podcast, we kind of, this we are recording virtually, okay? And the kind of setup we guys have arranged, this is basically we are sitting at our home and creating this lot of stuff, and we know how much struggle and how much hustle we do. But this is simple. We have done it with like normal stuff, which we see at homes. So it's nothing like you need a studio or you need any kind of a big setup for recording a video. It's just you need a simple setup. It's with each and every video you will do much better and better. Why
You will
Shruti
learn.
was smiling, I know the reason behind that, but I don't want to highlight that now as of now. Okay, so moving ahead. Hey guys, welcome to the new podcast. So, have you ever heard this statement that I am Jack of all and King of none? Yes. So, content creators do believe this statement a lot. Why? Because they are so much into lot of things that at the end of the day, they are like what kind of genre basically I belongs. Yeah. So, we'll be talking in this podcast about strategies about creating a good content over there, how you can have your audience more engaging in your videos. So for that, we are having Shruti Kakkar with us, a person who is too much into creating content for YouTube, into acting, into making dancing and lot of stuff. So we'll be talking all about the engagement for a particular video if you're creating a content over there, strategies, and we'll also have a great conversation with her. So I hope so you like the podcast. See you there on the podcast. So as a content creator, this is the very first thing that people do believe that while we are making a content, we always make some story in our head. Okay, this is how my content will look out in the output. Okay, so while you make your own videos on in your series or in your YouTube channels, so what kind of things or what kind of strategies you also keep in mind? Ki yaar, if my audience is seeing me, so I want audience retention, I want audience engagement at the same time. So what kind of those things you keep in mind while recording those videos?
Basically, the thing that comes in my mind is that, how my audience is gonna take it.
Okay.
And, if I have that kind of audience, like, suppose for, like, currently, if you look at my Instagram page, so most of the audience I have is from my YouTube videos, which is basically an acting thing,
Yeah.
right? And if I someday like think that let me just put up a music video
Okay.
or let me just sing. So what happens is that I usually question myself before making it, that is my audience gonna accept that?
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
So I can take one point from here. The target audience. You should
The
know
target audience.
the target audience. Like suppose we as a platform of Compass Club, so we have different genres. So we'll be doing stuff related to content creation only. We cannot start a motivational channel from Compass Club because that's not our motto. That's what
Yeah.
basically you are trying to tell over here. Okay, one more thing. Like I have seen a lot of your videos on YouTube, like talking with people on different stuffs and all those things. So you try to put some things in the beginning of the video so that you can retain your audience for a longer time in the video. So can you tell some tactics related to those kind of?
Like audience engagement.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So basically, internet is like a very fast
Yeah.
place, right? And people don't have much time because there's a lot of content on the internet. Trust me, there's a lot of it. Okay, so it usually takes around 3 to 4 seconds to
Okay.
capture an audience,
Yeah.
to capture the audience's attention,
Yeah.
right? So what we can do is, instead of like you just said my you just like revealed my trick. So what I do is that, and I think many people do that. It is that like we are starting off here. We are starting off at a pace, and like when we're reaching to the end of it, or like we're in the middle of it. So we also get habitual to that thing. Right, we also get habitual to that thing because we are slowly adapting to it. Right. So what I feel is that you just take a bit of stuff from the middle or from the end, which is like an interesting part of it, and you can put it in the starting, so that the audience also doesn't have to waste their time, like scrolling आगे करके.
Yeah. I hope
हाँ.
so I am using the same kind of a strategy, so maybe so the viewers who are watching our podcast from so long, so they know the kind of the kind of engagement retention thing we are using strategy. So this is what you are saying. That's a very good point. One more thing, like people do talk about storytelling. Like suppose you are creating any content, so any content should tell the story. There is a behind story behind any content. Like suppose I'm seeing a video on YouTube, so that video should tell a story that will start from a introduction, then it will come to a middle zone, then some kind of twist should be there in the story. Yeah, while creating that video, any video, that like audience will be like, oh, something happened which we have not expected even in the video. Yeah, so like if you want to add up something into that, can you can you throw some light on that?
Basically, what happens is that the audiences, we want entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lot of things going on in our lives, and when we are watching a video, we are just sitting at a place to relax, to clear our mind. But at the same time, what we want to do is, like, the human brain is always working. So what happens is, we're watching the story, and it is nice, we're relaxing, we're watching it for relaxing. But because the human brain is always working, what happens is we always expect some sort of twist, so that we can basically surprise our own brain. Everything is not going according to us, right? So we are surprising the brain by putting up a twist. And we as a content creator are surprising their brains by putting up a twist.
Yeah.
So that what happens is कि अगर आपको एक ट्विस्ट डालते हो किसी चीज में, कुछ भी अगर ऐसा डालते हो जो कि थोड़ा सा अनएक्सपेक्टेड होता है, तो उससे क्या होता है कि एक तो लोगों का मूड रिफ्रेश होता है, राइट? एंड एट द सेम टाइम कि कोई इंसान अगर कोई चीज देख रहा है, तो ऑब्वियसली ही और शी विल कॉमेंट इन दैट कि मैंने ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करा था, दैट पार्ट वाज वेरी नाइस. सो अगर उसमें कोई कमेंट आएगा या कुछ भी इस तरीके से रिव्यू आएगा, दैट इज बेसिकली इन अ वे हेल्पिंग विद योर रीच एज वेल, इफ यू लुक एट इट एज एट अ सर्टेन वे. तो ये दोनों काम आपके एक साथ होते हैं.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite questions for the podcast, which I ask it to all the artists over there. कि यार nowadays people are more behind the numbers and the views. Yeah, but as content creator, we believe that whatever we are creating, if we are happy with what sort of art we are producing, if we are happy with that, we will not that much focus about our audience ki yaar I'm not getting that many views, or my videos not work that much. So but I have done my part now. So how much you agree ki yaar, do we have to think like how we should take this thing on us? Do we have to take this thing ki yaar views nahi aaya yaar, and so things, or we should be like ki okay, so I have done a bit, how many views are coming, like I'm satisfied with whatever I have created. So what's your call on this, like as a content creator?
See, it's a two-way thing. Like, when you're doing it for the sake of views, that is a different thing. Okay, and when you're doing it for the sake of being a content creator, like you like creating your own stuff, and at the same time you want people to watch it, right? What happens is that suppose I've created something very good, I really like it, okay, so and I put it up expecting that people are gonna watch it. And what I get is, for example, take the minimum value. I get 45 views. Okay, I get 45 views on that thing, and I was expecting at least 100. Right? So that is some way, it is gonna let me down. इतना ज़्यादा चाहे उसका effect ना हो, because if it is like my first or second post. Okay, तो ठीक है, मतलब क्या होता है, since the internet is very fast and people are expecting that कि like we put up something and हम झट से famous हो जाते हैं. ऐसा नहीं होता. आपको मेहनत करनी पड़ती है उस चीज के लिए. So what I would advise is just don't let yourself get affected, even though वो affect करता ही है, उसका कुछ like देयर इज नो रेमेडी फॉर दैट कि मतलब अगर आप कितनी भी कोशिश कर लो वो चीज़ एक माइंड में खटकती रहेगी आपको कि हाँ नहीं यार इतने नहीं आए वो पॉइंट समथिंग परसेंट वो तब भी रहेगा बट यू नो जस्ट try to minimize it, do it for the sake of creating content, do it for the love of creating content, okay, and don't go after the views. वो धीरे धीरे करके you know when you focus on your work, on your craft and when you're doing it properly, right, तो eventually धीरे धीरे करके you will gather audience and you know you never know किसको कब क्या चीज़ पसंद आ जाए, you never know.
It's something great. Okay, so one thing I want to ask, like from where you have started, like your YouTube or maybe any of your dance form or any of your art form, so you must have started from zero. Okay, so what those mistakes you have done which you don't want the content creators who are thinking of creating their own content should not do, they can skip those mistakes. So can you highlight those mistakes?
Don't judge yourself.
Okay.
Don't judge yourself. I myself, I still am facing this thing that I am very self-critical. Okay, I have a lot of ideas in my mind. I have created all of them. I have, you know, मतलब it is like कि मेरे mind में कोई idea आता है, I just note it down. I note it down and you know I take out time once a week or you know twice a week and I create that thing. Okay, so what my friends always tell me कि तू रील्स क्यों नहीं डालती है, तेरी रीच कितनी जा रही है. सो मेरे साथ क्या चीज़ होती है कि आई एम वेरी सेल्फ क्रिटिकल, आई एम अ परफेक्शनिस्ट. तो मेरे साथ क्या होता है कि मैं कुछ भी अगर मैंने बना दिया ना तो मुझे वो अच्छा ही नहीं लगता फॉर सम रीजन. मैंने कहा यार नहीं होगा मुझसे, नहीं हो रहा, वो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. सो डोंट बी सेल्फ क्रिटिकल, क्योंकि पता है आई हैव सीन पीपल हु यू नो आर नॉट दैट वे. जितने भी आप बड़े बड़े कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स देखोगे, even their work is not perfect but they love themselves. अगर suppose आप किसी को भी देख रहे हो, there's a makeup artist, I don't remember her name but she is of my age and she has had braces on for many years now. ठीक है, and she like her page is blowing up. I guess she's from on 9.5 million something right now, 9.5 million or 10 million something right now. She has had braces on. But she, you know, she didn't let that thing pull her down. मुझे स्पेक्स लगा हुआ है बहुत हाई नंबर का, तो मुझे वो चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा लगती है कि नहीं वो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, क्योंकि मुझे you know all my life people have told me कि हाँ तेरा नंबर कितना इतना मोटा स्पेक्स है. तो इवन तो मैं कैमरा के सामने चाहे कितनी अच्छी लग रही हूँ, मुझे मैं खुद को अच्छी नहीं लगूंगी, और क्योंकि मैं खुद को अच्छी नहीं लग रही, आई विल नॉट पोस्ट दैट थिंग. सो डोंट बी सेल्फ क्रिटिकल. एंड कुछ भी चीज़ अगर आप यू नो सेकेंड थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू से इज कि कुछ भी चीज़ आप स्टार्टिंग में उसमें बहुत अच्छे नहीं हो जाते हो, यू लर्न थ्रू आउट द वे. सो डोंट लीव इट. व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड विद माय यूट्यूब इज what happened that I was doing, I guess, my 4th or 5th video, and I worked entire week for that. It had a lot of people involved and I worked entire week for that. And what happened on the day when I was filming it, I filmed it 4 times. It was an entire YouTube video, I guess, of 25 or 30 minutes. And I filmed it 4 times and हर बार कुछ ऐसा हो रहा था कि कभी मतलब रूम में से कोई निकल रहा है, कभी कोई आवाज़ लगा रहा है, ठीक है, और कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा हो रहा है. एक बार क्या हुआ कि मैंने अपना फ़ोन उसमें रखा, DND पे रखा हुआ था, एंड आई वॉज जस्ट सिंपली फिल्मिंग इट फ्रॉम द रियर कैमरा. एंड जब मैंने बाद में फ़ोन अपना चेक करा तो इट वॉज लाइक वो रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि बीच में मेरी सिस्टर की कॉल आ गई थी, तो वो रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं हुआ. आई वॉज लाइक सो पिस्ड ऑफ कि फाइनली जब मैं 5th और 6th टेक दे रही थी अपना, एंड मतलब यू नो व्हाट, यू कैन नॉट ऑलवेज कीप अ फेक स्माइल. वो नहीं आती. यू कैन नॉट ऑलवेज कीप अ फेक स्माइल जब दिन में इतनी चीज़ें हो जाती है. तो what happened in the end that I was giving it a last shot and someone again opened the door and I basically you know like छोड़ो नहीं कर रही मैं, नहीं कर रही. And I gave it up for a year.
Cool.
So
So you were saying, yeah, just keep on doing it, no matter.
Don't give up.
Because we know the behind the scenes stories only we content creators only knows.
Yeah.
And it's happened with everyone. The kind of things you said, that background noise. Even I was shooting it with Runjun, and she was also highlighting the same points. While she was shooting her videos, the same kind of things are coming up, and that is natural because it's happened with everyone, with you, with me,
Yeah.
with the kind of artist she is. So it happens with everyone. That's a real kind of a sort of problem. So people do think, yeah, I should have a studio or a setup at my home with a nice all those things with the mic and all. It's nothing like that. Even we are doing this shortcut with very few kind of gadgets, and which even if it's all about, if you do R&D of things, you will get about a lot of stuffs which are out there on the internet, or the apps are there which will give you the output of a studio output, same kind of. It's just you need some kind of more research, and you need more you can say
जुगाड़बंदी
more
चाहिए.
hustle. Yeah, cool. Okay, so talking about content creation, which is the main point of this podcast. So I have seen content creators into poetry, singing ghazals, or slam poetry, or rappers, or maybe into a lot of genres. Yeah, but this is one thing which is common in all the content creators, which I even said you on the call also, कि उन सबका गोत्र एक होता है, और सिर्फ उन सबकी जात एक होती है, बट उनका गोत्र एक होता है, और उनकी जात अलग अलग होती है. Means they all have that one thing in common, that is कि bro, यार content, it's all about creativity. Yeah, that is like, suppose if someone is into singing, so as a, if you are a psychologist student, so you do believe this thing also, कि यार, if I am an artist, no matter what kind of genre I am, the psychology of an artist is properly same, totally same. How they work, how they process. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
one thing, if I want to highlight few things, like we guys are night owls. We generally
We are.
love to work at night. Okay. Few things about content creators also, like they need their own space. They are like, okay bro, I need my personal space at the same time. Like, suppose when I put on my bed, I need my time to rethink. And there's one thing which I want to highlight, which you just said it in the between. I don't want to interrupt you in between. That whenever you get any kind of thought, you just note it down on your notes, maybe in your phone notes and all those. That's a very nice thing to do it. Which people watching this podcast, you can also take this thing with you, which is a very nice point, which even I liked. Okay. Next thing, which even people who are watching it, the creators, that is it important to like if we are shooting a video, shooting basically. Now I am talking about more like acting type, because as a content creator, if I'm a singer, I have a great voice, but audience also need the presentation, the screenplay basically, because I know my voice is good, but now people are not, my voice तो सबकी अच्छी है यार bro, tell me why I should hear you. Okay, why I should click your video. First, your that thumbnail, or maybe your that one scene which I see very
make your presentation attractive basically.
attractive, so that I should click that video, then only I'll hear your voice and I will like कि भाई इस artist की आवाज अच्छी है ना, और maybe ये dance अच्छा करता है ना. So how much you agree कि nowadays it's all about, you have to be the title jack of all. You have to be the jack of all. Like,
actually, like there's a lot of stuff involved in, being a content creator. Suppose, like, if you're a dancer, or even if you're a singer or a musician, or even an actor in that case. So, the basic things required for that is editing and creativity to, like make that layout. Because अगर वो नहीं है आपके पास, तो नहीं कर सकता आप. In this internet world, you cannot.
okay.
तो मतलब थोड़ा आपको सब कुछ आना चाहिए. एंड अगर नहीं आना तो उसको सीखो. मतलब जरूरी नहीं है, you have to invest money in that. YouTube अवेलेबल है यार, इंटरनेट है, सब ढूंढो, सब मिल जाता है उस पे. सीखो, मत सीखो अपना.
For
like
this,
you have to learn a lot.
For this, I want to highlight this to all the viewers over there, you guys. So especially for this podcast, we kind of this we are recording virtually, okay, and the kind of setup we guys have arranged, this is basically we are sitting at our home and creating this lot of stuff, and we know how much struggle and how much hustle we do. But this is simple. We have done it with like normal stuff, which we see at homes. So it's nothing like you need a studio or you need any kind of a big setup for recording a video. It's just you need a simple setup. It's with each and every video you will do much better and better. Why
You will
Shruti
learn.
was smiling, I know the reason behind that, but I don't want to highlight that now as of now. Okay, so moving ahead, taking to the point over here. Okay, now you tell me if you see content creation in our city. Basically, if I'm talking about Meerut, so how much you think we are growing as a community?
I have been in this group from, I guess, 2008, 2019, and we have grown up a lot. Slowly and steadily, we are growing up and we have grown up a lot. You know, I am affiliated with Somirat, with Talkative Hands, and I have, attended the Compass Club's events also. So the youth wants to do something. The youth wants to learn. The youth wants to explore themselves, and they want to present themselves. So yeah, people are learning a lot, and people are using this platform. And in the city Meerut, जो basically बहुत ज़्यादा बदनाम है all over India, especially तो it is incredible. It is incredible.
Yeah, I think even we don't know a lot of artists which are way from Meerut here, and the kind of because we have the history, and I know कि यहाँ से जो लोग निकले हैं ना, if we talk about stand-up comedy, Bussy and who have sing Bussy, and there are a lot of also like influencers, fashion designers. They are from Meerut, but
Yeah.
it's just we have not connected those dots of a community. So that's what we are trying to do it from our end. Okay, so sticking to the point, coming back to the point again. So we were talking about Merit and all those things. Now, as a content creator, do this thing you believe that we are different in our personal life, what we are on social media? Oh, I can feel that, yup.
Yeah, because you cannot judge a person through social media. You cannot. What happens basically is in social media we are we are sharing our content, and we are sharing all the good things that happen, because we do not want to spread negativity, right? And people think that because they are just seeing all the good things, stories and nice posts, and so people think that this person is living such a nice life, that is so productive, and ऐसा होता नहीं है हर किसी के साथ. Like I usually what I do is I make like 5 to 6 videos in a day, क्योंकि मैं तो अगर मैं रील बना रही हूँ तो छोटी होती है, तो I make 5 to 6 videos in a day and I take a month in uploading that. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैं पूरे महीने में इतना प्रोडक्टिव हूँ. मैं पूरे महीने अपने बेड पर आराम से लेटी हुई हूँ, औरों की पेजेस स्क्रॉल कर रही हूँ, मैं सो रही हूँ आराम से, मैं खा रही हूँ. तो lives are very different in social media and real life, in reality.
And because this, I even observed that when we upload a video and we see comments over there down, if we go down, so there are a lot of comments which is basically more oriented to the kind of actor we are playing in that video, or any artist.
Yeah.
Suppose as I was recording a podcast with Fields regarding rapping, so I was asking him कि यार people do have this myth about rappers कि यार they do drugs and all, they always be in the swaggy way and all those things, and he was saying the same thing कि यार it's not like that. It's not like we always be high. It's not never like that. It just people have because we have to be in that zone, because as a rapper it's from the beginning they have represent themselves in such a way कि यार अब ऐसे ही screenplay, मतलब अब अगर मैं स्टेज पे हूँ तो I have to be that person, नहीं तो भाई कोई मुझे रैपर ही नहीं मानेगा अगर मैंने टॉपी नहीं पहनी हुई तो. So this is basically I want to highlight this in this podcast कि people who just comment on the YouTube videos, because there are people who create lot of content. If I talk about this girl, She's also a podcast. She also record podcast, Sibi Goria, and she record podcast related to stuff which is more adult kind of a content, more kinking videos, or talking about stories which are more into more fun stories, or more stories which are related to stories about her life or her experiences, love life, or her breakups, or all those things. She talk about that over candidly, like without any filter. Okay, but people commenting down, they will be like, "Ki this person is that only." You get my point? So
Yeah.
then they will think, yeah, this person is this only. So they will see that person that way only, and if they will see that person in the personal life, na, they will treat that person the same way. Which kind of thing content creator do feel कि यार भाई मेरे को पर्सनल लाइफ में मेरे को मेरी तरह ही देखो, डोंट ट्रीट मी दैट वे कि यार भाई ये व्लॉगर है ना, तो भाई हाय ब्रो, ओके, वेलकम टू द न्यू वीडियो. इट्स नथिंग लाइक दैट. वी आर नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग एज अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर. यस, आई वांट टू आस्क यू, like, do you feel the same thing?
I, like experience this thing on a daily basis. I've done a few YouTube videos. Like I have my own 2 web series on this topic. Like I've been playing a role of a NEET student or an IIT student, right? So रोज मेरी DMs में if you have seen my Instagram bio, मैंने उसमें ऊपर like सबसे पहले ये चीज लिखी है that I'm a psychology student. क्योंकि क्या होता है, रोज मेरे पास DMs आते हैं, इतना टाइम हो गया, साल भर हो गया इस चीज को. Are you also preparing for NEET? Are you also a NEET student? Are you doing MBBS? नहीं, I'm an actor.
Okay.
ऐसा नहीं होता.
Basically, your content is related to these kind of things.
Yeah, my content was related to that thing,
okay.
right? So मेरी audience भी like, they also think that that I am involved in that stuff. तो हाँ, ऐसा होता है, कई बार होता है, मेरे साथ तो बहुत बार होता है. Okay. Now tell me, how this pandemic is helpful for content creators, because there is so much negativity we can see also in this corona wala kaal. Okay, but how as a content creator it can be opportunity. Okay, can you also tell the kind of schedule you followed in the pandemic for creating your content, like with family, how you managed and all those stuff? So the pandemic has changed lives, basically. The pandemic has done very bad things to many people. People lost lives, people lost their jobs, they lost people in their family. But at the same time, the pandemic has, been a boon to content creators. Right? Like, people have been so productive when they got time in their hands. People have been so productive, they created so much stuff, and I believe they've changed lives. They have actually changed lives. जो लोग, the people who made the most out of it by being productive, their lives have changed. क्योंकि हम लोग अपने घर में बैठे थे, तो 2 तरीके के लोग थे. या तो जो वो कंटेंट बना रहे थे, जो प्रोडक्टिव बन रहे थे, और दूसरे लोग थे जो उस चीज को देख रहे थे. So I hope so we have covered a lot of questions, and people watching this podcast, they are kind of enjoying it. You believe so? Okay, that is a good thing if they are. Yeah, I hope so, Shruti. You have enjoyed this podcast. Yes, I have. Totally have. Okay, so people watching over there, from both of us, a lot of positivity, and we'll see you in the next podcast with the new hot topic. And Namaskaram. Let's do Namaskaram together. Ready? Thank you so much. Thank you.